Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, so we're going to kick it off with the indices here. We got SPY, QQ, IWM, DIA, Mr. VIX, and then we're going to take it over to Bitcoin. I do think the Bitcoin miners, all right, the Bitcoin stonks, they got some interesting setups going on, pretty juicy over there. Then we're going to look at the semiconductors, then the big boys, and then we have a few trade ideas for you at the very end of the video. So stay tuned for all of that. All right, so we're going to start off here with SPY's daily time frame. I am going to point out we did close out with a hammer candlestick after closing right on this daily 9 EMA yesterday. And we came down, tested that one more time, and then we're putting this hammer. All right, guys. So as of right now, this weekly candlestick, all right, on SPY and then QQQ, it's really shaping up in a bullish manner. All right, so this candlestick over here suggested, we're probably going to get some immediate downside or at least consolidation, one or the other, going into the following week. We got that downside, and now the bulls are stepping in. And, from what I'm seeing here, it does look like they're trying to make a stance here. And we have a lot of juicy setups on the things that are going to, like the large components of these things. So honestly, guys, I'm going to say a short-term low could be in here, and we could start moving back up the highs from here. I know that might not be what, a lot of people want to see. We want to see a pullback. We want the juicy pullback so we can take advantage of that pullback. Guess what? We just might not get that. All right? We might not get the picture perfect pullback all the way back down here to, 536.89. All right, 533.07. That would be a gift down from the heavens. I don't think it's going to happen just yet. I really don't. All right? That's what I want to make pretty clear here. You're holding the 9 until we start to lose that, and then we're going to probably test it like underneath it. We have no reason to be bearish here. We really don't. From my perspective, all right, you have this weekly candlestick, okay? This is bearish. But you know what? Guess what? I'm going to compare it to this. If you go back and somehow test the highs, you're going to have a lot of shorts underwater. You see this candlestick right there? That's like that SPY weekly candlestick we just looked at. This is over on PanW. All right, so I will just point out this thing honestly is not looking bad at all. It looks like it's about to explode. I'm just going to put that one out there. All right, but you're retesting that trend line right there. But I'm saying it looks like, if SPY were to go back up to the highs here this week, all right, we are going to have a lot of shorts underwater. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I am definitely saying, things aren't looking the worst right now. They're not. And you're going to come down here to the hourly time frame. And as you can see, all right, you got this little downtrend. You broke your little downtrend, all right, and now you've retested it. Quite frankly, it looks like you are going to be pushing higher from here. You come down to the 15-minute time frame, all right, guys? What did tell you about the bottom? You had this bullish divergence going on here, all right? So we always talk about that here on this channel, and, you had this larger one going on here, but you also just had this mini one, and that did end up putting in your low. You came down to, a key level down here, 542.81. Regardless, even if you weren't watching that, you could have just, put a zone here. I like to use my zones. Okay. I like these breakout zones. We get to see where demand is. We know where buyers should be stepping in. All right. You printed one of these bad boys right off of the low here. And then you went up and you broke that trend, downtrend right there. You back tested it. And now it looks like you're probably going to continue higher. All right. You got a very similar look going on over here on QQQ. Okay. You take a trend line there. You bring it all the way back down here. What do you got? You hit it with the break and retest today. This thing looks like it is going to continue higher. You bump it up to the hourly time frame. You can see a very clear picture going on here. All right. It really doesn't look bad at all to me. It doesn't. You come over the daily time frame. Guys, this does not look like something that's going to get immediate downside. I don't think we're going to get, a sell tomorrow. I think we're going to continue higher tomorrow. That's just me. All right. So on the upside, over here on QQQ, we are going to be paying attention to 481.05. I'm actually just going to show you the levels here on the 15-minute time frame. It's going to, make a lot more sense here. All right. On the upside, 481.05 above there, 482.54 to 483.43. All right. If you are going to retrace this whole move down, just like that, except we're going to bring that guy up there, this zone right here is probably where you're going to get that sellers, or those sellers, with those sell orders. probably going to get something like that. And then maybe you move higher from there, or something like this. You just, you could dance around here for a little bit and then you move higher there, or you just don't move higher at all and you just get sellers here in your, what I'm going to refer to as my supply zone. All right. We know in between this level and this level, we should be getting sellers there. We also have the golden pocket. That's, a level of confluence that I like to add to my charts. That is a spot I like. All right. So we're definitely going to be paying attention to 482.54 to 483.43. So that is that over on QQQ. SPY on the upside. All right. We're going to watch 545.65 and above there, 546.74. And just like we did over there on QQQ, we're going to take this guy right there. We're going to retrace it. Okay. So from this point, do a little something like this. Let's put a zone up here. Okay, we're going to make it right there. We're going to take off our magnet. All right, we're going to go like that. We're going to go like that. All right. So in between here, now we're going to put back on the magnet. We're going to use a little of that candlestick right there. In between 546.74 and 547.41, that is where I'm looking for sellers to step back in. All right, that is the zone that I'm going to be paying attention to right over there. All right, guys. That is pretty much it over here on SPY and QQQ. We're going to move over here to IWM, and I am just going to point out, all right, you had a bullish setup coming on over here. You exploded higher. Now you've came back, and you've now tested that golden pocket. Now, this is a common theme we see over here on IWM, where you just like to stair step higher. It's very similar to what you had over here. We're going to take off that guy. We're going to put that guy on right there. Oh, golden pocket test, you found some buyers, all right? Then we're going to go like that. Oh, golden pocket test, you found some buyers. It's looking like, an exact repeat of what I just showed you over there. This is a very common theme I see over here on IWM. You just like to stair step higher, and then maybe you're going to get a big move up to the upside now. All right, so I'm just going to say, until, proven otherwise, we are going to just consistently look for buyers here in this golden pocket. I understand a bit of a sloppy chart. We're going to just take that off right there. We're going to move that level right there. We're going to put the magnet on. There we go. All right, so what are we going to be paying attention to over here on IWM? We're going to pay attention on the upside, 2106. Above there, we have room up to 202.30. Now, I'm not saying we go straight up there, but as you can see, just like I could see, there's kind of nothing going on here. You had a big old buy, all right? You found sellers here. You had a big old sell, all right? So if you were to reclaim right here, 201.06, that is when I am going to say we have nothing until 202.30. Now, let's say you want some resistance before that level. Now, you're going to go like that, and you're watching this golden pocket. And we're going to put the levels on the golden pocket just like this. Boom. Okay, 2150 up to 202. That's what you're paying attention to. Come over here to DIA. What do we got going on? A whole big old sloppy mess. What's happening? Oh, what's happening? Sellers are stepping in the golden pocket, just like we're always expecting, all right? We're never expecting you to just bust through the golden pocket. This is where you always look for the opposing side to step in. Just like from this move, you retraced it, golden pocket. Well, guess what? You're retracing this whole down move, golden pocket. That's how it is, all right? VIX, guys, does not necessarily look bullish. Another thing supporting, my little bounce thesis over here on the indices. I don't think we're going to get, immediate downside in the indices here. I think you're going to continue this bouncy kind of action. That's just my opinion. All right, now we're going to move on to Bitcoin. All right, let's talk about it. Guess what, guys? Hammer candlestick, weekly time frame. This thing doesn't look bad at all. All right, it looks like, you're seeing buyers step in. I understand you could fade these things. But this is exactly where we were looking for buyers to start stepping in right here at the 0.786 fib. That is the line in the sand. What happened? You wicked below it and you closed above it. And now you're recovering. Well, you had the daily RSI sitting all the way down here. As you can see, this is where it was when I marked it. I saw in real time down there. I was like, I'm talking to myself in my head, a lot of the times you bounce from around here, even if it's just a little guy. It's not looking so bad. You're probably going to get a bouncy over there on the mining stocks. All right. So that brings me to what we're going to talk about next. Coin. All right. Coin, guys. So if you're not new to this channel, we do cover coin pretty consistently. All right. This is, a main ticker that you are going to see on this channel. And most recently, we were saying it broke down from this uptrend right here. And now we're looking for buyers in the golden pocket between 210 and 221.50. That is, the buy zone over here on Mr. Coin. But you came down here, you wicked off the 0.786 fib, and now you're bouncing from that 210 buy-in right there. You're up 7%. All right. I'm not going to say, I participate in this. I participate in this guy over here. All right, which I also don't think is looking too bad right now. All right, so CLSK, you got the, break and retest going on over here from this downtrend. If you pull back a little more, you come down into, this 1560 right there at the 0.786 fib. That is where I'm definitely looking for buyers to step in there. This doesn't necessarily suggest we're, these candles, they're not suggesting we're just going to be busting up. We're waiting for, a sign of strength from down there. But just with how Bitcoin and coin is looking, all right, I'm going to say these other guys are probably going to start following along and getting that bounce too. This thing doesn't look bad at all. It looks really good. All right, guys, it is Tuesday. Do you see all that volume compared to last week? Yeah, I do think we're going to see a bouncy out of coin over here. That's just me. All right, and Mara, you have this inverse head and shoulders with a very extended right shoulder over here. Okay, a little lopsided. You got, I don't know what you're doing over there. Only, single arm shoulder presses with the right, the right arm over there. Crazy stuff. Crazy, man. You must have a really stable core, but guess what? Now you're lopsided. There you go. Yeah, this thing's getting ready to explode, all right? Because, he's trained his right shoulder so much that now he has all this force in the right shoulder. So he's going to go boom. All right? This thing at some point is going to snap back. And at that point, you're going to go level to level here. You're going to come all the way up here to 29.38. I don't know when that's going to be. If I had to take a guess at it, it's probably going to be right around the corner with how this thing's looking. So that's that. This thing's probably going to play some snapback action. So that's that. All right. Those are the miners or the Bitcoin stocks that I want to pay attention to. Now we're going to go over these chips. SMH, guys. This thing is looking pretty sexy. All right. So we told you about, some break and retest actions that we're going to be paying attention to. And the big levels we were paying attention to, 250.85 up to 255.92. That's where you next look for buyers to step in. All right. Now, pair that with what you got going on over here on NVIDIA. I'm kind of, peeved that, you didn't hit that alert intraday. I didn't get alerted on it. And, I would have loved to play this. But guess what? We didn't get to play it because the thing did it in after hours. It's all right. All right, but picture perfect break and retest. That's the one that I was waiting for right there at 115.82. As you see, we hit it at 4 or 5 a.m. this morning. That's fine. That is fine. Yeah, right there, 4 a.m. And now you've exploded. All right. What I do want to say here on the daily time frames, you can very clearly tell this thing doesn't want to pull back just yet. This thing has a solid shot, in my personal opinion, of running back up to this high. All right, the high is up at 141. 140.76 to be exact. This thing looks like it's about to play some comeback. Call it a comeback music, okay? This does not look bad to me. Not look bad at all, especially if we're going to, take this into account. This doesn't look bad even in the slightest. It looks like it's about to run back and make a new all-time high. Weekly time frame, this doesn't look bad at all again. I know, okay? Not what people want to see, but you close out like this, which it's probably going to turn into something bigger, as long as you don't have, the indices falling off a cliff this week. But then again, this thing moves the indices and this thing looks good, then they're probably not falling off a cliff. Yeah, I think we have a solid shot at seeing this run back up to the highs. All right. That's not a chip. My bad. Let's go move it here. All right. SMCI, guys. I do think this thing is ready for a bounce. All right. I think this is just a break and retest. I told you guys I was going to sit this guy out until I see the next setup. It's one I was considering today. Okay, and I think it might be time. Now, what am I going to be eyeing, guys? Well, I was looking at July 19. They got the 1,300 strike. Those are going for around $500 today. I would like the 1,200. Those are just more expensive. So, you got to keep that in mind. But yeah, July 19, 1,200C. I think you're going to do real well on these if you were taking an entry right here. Guys, no financial advice will be given here on this channel. But let's be real about this. You got the golden pocket set up. You got the break and retest going on here. You already had this little breakout, so demand is up. It's over there. You just want to see a daily close above this trend line right here, and you got yourself a breakout of the inverse head and shoulders pattern. All right? You already know that there's sellers up here, okay? 1,020 and 1,106. Okay, that's the zone that we're looking for sellers in. So if you're entering here and you see that move, your premium's going to be up. All right, there's even July 19, guys. That's like, almost that's like 3.5 weeks out, almost 4 weeks out. Even those, you are going to see them up like 200% or something like that, right? Some craziness. You take them profits if you see that move, okay? DSM, it's another one that doesn't necessarily look like it wants to come down, okay? You see the arrow. I would like that to be the case, but, this thing has it's had some legs, and it looks like it might have some further legs, but it's got to be carried up by NVIDIA. All right, AMD, this is one that looks like it's just getting warmed up, baby. These things don't look bad at all to me. This is a hammer. You have a hammer over here. All right, you just have a bunch of bullish candlesticks over here after your breakout. I like this. All right, I like how this is shaping up. I think you are getting ready for the move back up to 172.49. ARM, this is one that, I was watching down here. What happened? I deleted my alert today. Why? Because I don't think it's going to get down there. I really don't. If it does, that's fine. But you got a bullish engulfing candlestick off of increasing volume. This thing don't look bad at all. Weekly time frame, the thing don't look bad at all. It looks like you're about to fade that. Okay? Come over here to Pan W. Guess what? All right. You had this bearish candlestick. You're not coming up here. You get above here tomorrow. You have a lot of shorts underwater. This thing probably moves up here to 336.57 pretty quick. All right. That's the level that I'm going to be paying attention to. So there you go. This thing don't look bad at all. Okay. Now let's talk about some of the big boys. Amazon. Amazon, guys, I think this thing is getting ready to go. I don't know why, my drawings here aren't showing. There we are. You see this uptrend break here. You watch for this trend line test over there. And we're going to just go like this. Okay, just like that. You found buyers over there. You see the price down there. You look for buyers again. You want, an early entry over there. Right over there. You see this trend line get tested? Buy that. There you go. Downside is probably limited from that point. I think, July 19 calls, I think they'll do well. August calls, I think they'll do well. I think this thing's getting ready to break out. All right. It looks like you could see what I see. Okay. You take that, make this nice and thick over there. That's how we do it. Okay. Right there. I think you're getting ready for a break. So dated calls, I like them on Amazon. Apple on the step. All right, I'm not telling you to buy right now. The daily chart does not suggest that you're just gonna, start busting up. Regardless, Apple, guys, hit it with the break and retest over the past 2 days. This thing looks ugly. Looks like it is going to be taking a dive. NVIDIA is now going to be, Apple just tagged them in, guys. They're doing tag team battles over there. Okay, tag team wrestling matches. NVIDIA just got tapped in. Apple got tapped out. He's going to be on the sidelines for a little bit. Okay, but it's okay. Mr. Market, that's why they're a tag team. It is going to be relying on NVIDIA to carry the show right now, and that's how it be. Break and retest, still looking for 199.62 down below. Microsoft, you guys can see it. This thing ain't looking bad. It's really not looking bad at all. If you come back for the retest, that's amazing. I don't think you were going to. I think you're about to bust up, and I think you're going to, the next psych level, which is going to be 455. Eventually, 457.20 over here. We're just going to call it 457. That's going to be a hit. Probably in the short term. This thing doesn't look bad at all. Looks like it wants to continue higher. Goog. We told you about 186. My computer is going slow. I got to see when it does that. I just hold the button. I turn it off. Probably bad for the computer. But yeah, it fixes itself. 186. There's the first fib extension level that I am paying attention to. All right. You were just about to hit it. Probably going to hit it tomorrow. You had extremely heavy volume the other day. We knew it was likely that Goog was going to be continuing higher. What happened? Goog is now exploded. So there's that. 186 has been hit. Next cycle level is going to be 190. That's that. All right, guys. Now we talk about some trade ideas. Netflix. I talked about it before it started pulling back. I said if it pulled back, this zone right here, this is where, you broke out from. You're going to look for buyers down here. You did not get down to the 657.99 level that I was specifically paying attention to, but if you had this level marked out, That is level being respected. All right. So break and retest off the previous high. I think it's Netflix's time right here. Probably about to run it up. That is a $30 move to $799. Once you get above $799, you probably go a little bit higher. Probably getting more than 30 bucks there. All right. Tesla's the next one we're paying attention to over here. All right. It's boiling up, guys. It's getting real tight here. I think you're getting ready for a breakout right here. All right. Looking real juicy. Nike. All right. That is the next one we're going to be paying attention to. Not in the short term, but you can see what I see right here. Pull back. There's your right shoulder to the inverse head and shoulders pattern. Okay. Maybe come down here, find buyers here. Come back up. Maybe you break like that. Okay. So it's going to be that, or it's going to be something like that. Either way, this is right shoulder to the head and shoulders pattern. Excuse me. Got the hiccups. There we go. All right. That's what I'm watching over at Nike. And that is all I have for you guys today. With that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like. And if you have anybody that you think would enjoy these videos, find value in these videos, and if they are cool people like you, please share the video. Feel completely free. While I'm at it, guys, go check out the Twitter. The link will be down below, so you can see some individual charts that I post over there. All right. With that being said, catch y'all in the next one. Peace.